So welcome to this week's Tuesday Talks. I'm Jessica Rosenblatt, the Executive Director of the Ohio Arts Professionals Network. This week, I'm really happy we have Savannah McGrath-San, who is going to be talking to everybody all about social media, how to reach a younger audience, how to create reels, all the things. So she'll have her presentation and then she'll leave it open to questions. Savannah is actually the executive assistant with the Amazing Giants. Fun fact, Jessica Minshall on this call, I have known for almost 10 years when we did a show with her down in Columbus once upon a time. So her group, the Amazing Giants, is phenomenal. They perform throughout Ohio as well as Hawaii and all the places. I'll let you guys take it away. Oh, Heidi seems to know. Heidi knows. I'll let you guys take it away with what the Amazing Giants, all the things that you guys do. But I want to pass it along to Savannah to kick off this week's Tuesday Talks. Take it away.
Thank you so much, Jessica. Okay, so again, I am Savannah. I'm an Amazing Giants. I've been working for Jessica Minshall's Amazing Giants for about 9 months now as the executive assistant. And now I'm starting to dabble a little bit in PR and social media. It is something that I'm pretty new to, but I wanted to show you a little bit of what that looks like. So everything that I've done today, I've done from my phone. It could have probably been done a lot neater had I used computer and everything else, but the point of it was to get it done from my phone to show you guys how easy it is to just jump onto your smartphone and get things done that way. You can screen record, you can screenshot, you can move things around, you can talk to clients, really easy just from having your cell phone on you all day, right? So this, hopefully you guys can hear it too. The volume might be a little bit off, so just let me know. Let's see. Whoops. Okay, so this is a little bit of what our social media looks like. Hopefully you can see that. I hearted our video because I do like that one a lot. And then this is kind of what our page looks like compared to like a traditional page. You'll notice that I don't just post one picture. I post several series of smaller sections of a picture onto our social media so that it actually creates a larger image. And I found that some of our clients typically like that more. So as opposed to, as you go down the page, here, let me try to go down. A lot of people will post just a picture back and forth. And I wanted to kind of set us apart a little bit. Oh, I lost our Chromecasting here. Go back on. Okay. So I wanted to kind of show you that is how I do it to set us apart a little bit.
The men find out.
And this is my favorite reel.
Going to tell the truth.
So did everybody see that last one? That last reel? And does everybody know what a reel is? Can you guys let me know in the comments if you do know what a reel is or not? I'll just wait to hear responses. I don't want to get too far into it. Okay, so somebody mentioned explain it. Okay, so what a reel is compared to a video that you can post on your social media or a post or a story, which is that thing up at the top that you can just click on, kind of keeps you at 24-hour posts. A reel is a shorter video like this one that we created with a specific sound at the bottom. So you're gonna find these on social media a lot these days. This is kind of what's trending, especially on obviously TikTok and then Instagram. Instagram and Facebook both created reels based off of TikTok. They did see how quickly it was blowing up, how the 6 to 30-second videos really caught people's eye and just took off. So they did a spin-off of that, and that's called a reel. Now this reel specifically has gotten over 12,000 views. I've posted this about a week and a half ago, and it has 376 likes. This is probably one of my favorite reels. It's my baby. I'm pretty proud of it, but it did take some time, right? So if you notice at the beginning of the video, it actually has, let me go back here. It has them at practice. Now, this is kind of what I'm talking about when I mentioned in the flyer about humanizing your performers. I wanted to show that our women are practicing, they're in a gym, just like everybody else, working hard to gain, reach their goals, right? And just at the right transition time, as she's bringing her arm down, I transition it to her live performance. And can you guys see this okay? Awesome. And it kind of just flows so perfectly, but it's also humanizing our performers, right? She's at practice. We are doing a trend just like everybody else. We're transitioning. And this one was really fun because it was very feminine. If the men find out we can shapeshift, which is what they had done, they're going to tell the church, right? So this is kind of fun. This is a good trend that I thought was pretty family friendly. So we have that. I'm going to go into my next slide here. So you can view your insight from that. So how did I know that we've reached that many followers? How do I know that 12,000 people have seen it? So there's a couple different ways to view this. And I like to go in and do this a couple times a week just to kind of see what I've compared to from the previous weeks and how we've gotten there. So you can view your insight by just going to your regular page and clicking it right here in the middle. Or you can go up to the top corner here and click it that way as well. Let me just go back to that.
Can I ask, Sab, do you have to have a business profile in order to view insights?
I'm sorry?
Can I ask, do you have to have a business profile in order to view insights?
I don't think you do have to have a business profile. I will say my personal profile is also a business profile, so I'm able to do it on both. I typically say if you are trying to promote stuff for your business, it's good to do it on your personal page and your business page, so you're being a good representative for your company, but then also you're gaining that much more outreach. So I suggest if you are doing any business stuff from your personal profile and you want to view those insights, it's very easy to switch a personal profile over to a business profile, and you should be able to do that right from the settings as well.
Awesome, thanks.
So yeah, and that would be kind of, I blocked it off here with my circle, but that would be right here. You would edit your profile, scroll down to the bottom, and then it would go from there. Okay, so I talked a little bit about how I'm dabbling, obviously, in social media and PR. These are all newer things for me. So I wanted to kind of keep a track record of how that was going on. The insight was very helpful for that. So in the past 90 days, we have reached over 52,000 accounts. And that was by posting 244 stories and 47 posts. So altogether, that is about 2 stories and 1 post a day. And so what I found as prior to this, we were reaching about 12K on a 90-day basis. And I wanted to see how we could do that differently. I noticed that we had about half the amount of stories and posts going onto the Instagram and TikTok every single day. So I can't stress how important it is to just jump on there, post 1 story, post 1 reel. I'll tell you guys a secret. This is what I do. I kill 2 birds with 1 stone. So after I'm done creating my reel, I will go ahead and post that to my story.
One sec, Sam, I'm gonna interrupt you really quick. There's somebody who's not muted and I can't tell who. If you are not muted, please make sure you are. Thank you. Sorry, go on.
That's all right. So then what I'll do with that reel that I just created is I will go ahead and post that to my story, but I'll cover it up with an emoji. And then I'll type something like new reel, new post. So that way people that are seeing my story, they'll click on it because they're interested in seeing what's underneath the emoji, and that gains more profile visits. So what's the theme here, right? The theme is that everything is tying itself together. Whether you're posting a reel or a post or a story, all of them can be linked and tied together to gain more outreach. So things you can add to that are hashtags. You can tag your clients. Hey, I had an amazing event with you the other day at McDonald's. Let's go ahead and share this partnership so that other people, your clients and my clients, can see that we've done this. That might gain more people for them and for yourself, right? Just basic stuff. So it's just like networking at a networking event, but you're doing it on social media by reaching out and just saying, hey, let's put these partnerships together so that clients, the general public, can see that. So using up-to-date posting strategies, such as the ones I just mentioned, and then asking questions on your post, getting your clients to engage. So what's a good question to ask, right? What kind of questions should I ask my client? I try to ask people on the post, what would you like to see more of? Or how can you spot this over here versus our mirror men on this side of the room? Which one do you like better? Which one would you have at your party? So these are kind of questions that engage the crowd, engage people, and turn those followers into potential clients. Let me pull up the next page. So this is our insight from the 19th to yesterday. And as you can tell, we've only gained 9 more followers and that's about 0.2% compared to what we have gained altogether. And the prior week, let me see if I can pull this up. So the prior week to this, oh yeah, I wanted to mention, you can break that down too. So from the followers, I just went ahead and clicked on this portion down here, total followers, and it will actually break down who my followers are. So it tells you, okay, 33% of my followers are 35 to 44 years old. That's pretty great for us, especially if we're going for corporate events and things like that. This 25 to 54-year-old age range is perfect. In my opinion, that's where our clients are coming from. Now, will we get clients from maybe 18 to 24 for a birthday party, or 65 and above for a retirement party or something? Of course, and everything in between. But I really like that I'm reaching my target market right there by having that be my main following source. So it's telling me on our post that this past week we gained 14 followers. Now this is all under our insight, and we lost 5. Okay, the week before that, let me see. We gained 27 followers and we lost 8, right? So that might look bad. You didn't really gain 21 followers, Savannah. You think that you did, but 8 people left, right? That's not the case all the time, right? So that's 22 new followers that we've gained. We lost 8 and we lost 5, but we also gained 21. We also gained 14. That's 22 people that followed us and chose not to unfollow us. So that's a win to me. I don't know if it is to you guys, but 22 new people supporting our small business, that's great. And I will take it. But losing followers, right? We got to remember, sometimes these followers, they're not followers. Sometimes they're bots. Sometimes they are scams. Sometimes they're simply not interested in the content you're posting. You cannot please everyone. So again, don't get discouraged by these followers that chose to leave. Some of them might not even be real people. And fortunately, Instagram and Facebook, they don't make us go crazy by saying these are the followers that you lost and telling us who they were. We simply just know we didn't appeal to this group of people, but overall, we've done pretty well, okay? And this is a gap based off my posting. If I don't post, boom, we lose people. So it's really important to keep up with that kind of stuff. Okay. Let's see. Right. So I wanted to pull up one more insight. I swear this is the last one that's going to talk about our stats. But basically, this is a week where we had an off week. We only gained 9 followers, which is fine. But here overall, for the whole week, we gained nothing. We were negative 91%. Why? Why were we so off on this week compared to other weeks, right? Why was I not getting quotes in from people, people wanting to get quotes and things like that? Well, as you can see, I posted 11 stories and 0 posts. That means I have significantly been doing less work online than I typically do compared to the following weeks, right? Where you've seen it said 24 posts and 73 stories. And that will vary, obviously, based off of how much work you have, how many events you have going on, things like that. But still trying to still maintain some consistency will help with this kind of thing. But it's gonna happen. This was March 13th through the 19th. Does anybody remember what they were doing during that period of time? No, because there was nothing going on at all. There was no events, nothing fun. So we kind of expect this during our slower seasons. But you can also utilize stuff for those weeks that, you know what, I don't feel like it. I take vacation with my family every year this week. I don't want to. I don't have somebody else to do it, whatever. You're just going to throw your hands up, right? And decide, I'm going to go visit with my family. What's one week? In that period of time, you're going to be losing followers along with not gaining followers. So what are some things that you could do? You could use the business suite. I know Facebook has a business suite. It typically, if know correctly, it posts to both Facebook and Instagram. And there's other apps that you could use to manage. I personally do everything by hand. I don't know why. I think it's more effective for me at this current point in time, but I will in the future be looking up to some apps where I can just jump on a Monday, put everything in, and then go from there. The main reason why I'm not doing that right now, and some of you guys might be looking at me like, well, this is all stuff I could do in 10 minutes on a Monday. What kind of engagement are you guys getting from that? Is anybody getting any good engagement from that? By just quickly jumping on, and how many people are coming back and talking to you about that post that you made? Maybe you'll get your few regulars or your few supporters, but I'm trying to gain new clients. I'm trying to gain new followers. The best way to do that is for my personal time to be put into this so that we can actually gain something from that. So I do say until you reach about 10K followers, I don't think that the suite allows you to add certain things to it. Is it 10K or is it 100K? Jessica, do you know? So on the business suite, this is a huge difference, but I remember you have to have a certain amount of followers before you have access to the full business suite.
Yeah.
So it makes it so generic with your posts as well.
I think that they did change some things, because for a long time you couldn't link in a story unless you had 10,000 followers, and now they allow you to do it. So I don't know when that changed, but I have noticed that it has moved over. So
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's if that's the case, I'm going to be looking into that myself too. Last I knew, you have to have X amount of followers to post certain things. And if you're using platforms outside of the business suite, if you're using platforms like Canva or is it Canvas to edit your videos and put them on, you're probably going to do better too. So there's no right or wrong way to do it. I personally edit my videos straight from platforms. So that way I'm using the most trending sounds, and I'm also getting those sounds that are being used. The followers that originally followed that sound, which makes kind of no sense, but if there's a follower and it's with my voice, they can use my audio to post their own video. Now, every single follower I have is going to see that person's content because they just used my audio. It is a messed up form of legal pirating. Okay, let's just say you guys are going to be pirating other people's sounds, which is totally fine. A lot of people like that kind of inclusion and outreach. It also gets their clients, their followers to have more outreach as well by you using their sound. So it's like a positive pirate. You guys are going to be positive pirates. So let me see. Where are we at? Do you guys have any questions regarding the insight at all? Is there any questions I might be able to answer for that? We're getting some good stuff in the chat as well. Some good suggestions, so I'll have to take those down. So as I mentioned earlier, there was the insight in the middle of your page when you're just looking at your profile. The other way to look at it is to click on the three top bars at the right-hand corner. There's going to be insight. There's going to be your activity, which I like to view my activity just to kind of see, again, the last few days I've only been on for 24 minutes a day. I usually try to make it up to 45, so that way I may not have anything to do, but I'm engaging. I'm engaging with clients. I'm engaging with people, and it's just fun, you know, to support those around you as well. And then we have our archive stuff as well. So when you're looking at that, when you click on that, how many of you guys knew that Instagram had memories just like Facebook? Let me know in the comments. How many of you guys knew that? Anybody? Okay, so we're getting a mix of yes and no, yes and no. So for those of you that did not know, you can actually go into your story. You can go into your archive. I call it archive. Is archive or archive? Look, that's a discussion for another day, but we'll decide one day. So you can go in and you can pull up your memories. I love that. I didn't learn that until this year, 2022, that you can go up and pull up your memories, and they will end up looking something like your Facebook story would as well. So this was ours. This was April 26, 2018. It looks like they were at some type of festival or event or something. I'll have to click on it later. I pulled it up for the sake of the seminar. You can also change that out up at the top. So I don't want to look at my stories. I want to look at something else instead. You can look at your posts and your live streams as well. And so I really enjoy that. I did pull it up to where this is just a quick screen recording. I'm going to go into my memories, and I've got something I need to send to a client. So I'm looking at that, okay? I decide, you know what, a client asked me for a poi spinner. I only have one video of a poi spinner. I don't have it on my profile. I don't have it on my Facebook page. I only have this one video on my story. So how can I get that to a client? I'm gonna go into my archive. I'm gonna go to my stories. Just like so. And I'm gonna find that. Okay. So. So this is also one of my favorite videos. But something that I really like about going back into your stories is you can add it to your highlights, which is at the top of your page. You can share it directly with that client. So you had a client that needed a specific piece of art that you only shared to your story. You never put it on your page. You go back in, share it directly to that client. Or you can create a partnership label. Hey, I noticed 3 weeks ago you made a post or a story and you didn't add us to it, but we were the ones you were working with directly. You can go back and you can say, I'm going to correct that mistake, and you can put that paid partnership label into. So I really do enjoy using that feature on the Instagram page. So I talked a little bit also about how we have get a quote on our page. So it does not have to be get a quote. You can also book, reserve. You can post several different things here. We also have a performance application we use there sometimes. So if I know my boss, Jessica, reaches out to me, hey, I need a couple new performers, I'll go ahead and change get a quote over to performance application. Then I'll reach out. Hey, I've seen that you are a hula hooper. We are looking for that. Would you mind filling out this performance application to give my boss a better idea of what we might need? So this is all outreach to not only gain a younger clientele, but you're also going to be gaining younger performers. And who are performers with? Friends with? Who are performers friends with? Younger people, right? Young, innovative people. So you're going to be gaining clients simply by that. We just hired a performer recently. her entire family came to support her. She had her grandparents, the grandchildren, everybody was there. Everybody, was spending money at the client's event. These are all things we like to see, right? So, get a quote is an option. This is what our performance get a quote app looks like, very self-explanatory. You can go to edit profile, scroll down, and you're gonna go to action buttons. Action buttons is gonna show you each and everything that you can do on there. As I mentioned, we have the performance one. So I typically only switch it out between those two, but there's no limit on how many that you can have. Let's see. Yeah, and this was just another video to show you which forms we have. So those are my two. Okay. So after you have all of that stuff, okay, you know what kind of content you need to post, you know what's trending, you know how you're going to go about doing it. Now what are you going to do, right? You're going to need to make the post, create the post. So how do you have that? Do you have someone on site with you to take videos? Do you have people sending you videos? Is it a collective group team? Is it something you're working on individually? Do you have a social media manager? All of those aspects are going to determine how your social media and public relations operate for your business compared to somebody else's. Luckily for myself, I have Jessica, that's the owner and boss. She's very good at making the flyers. She's very good at gaining outreach. She's a well-known source in the community. So I luckily already had that for myself. If you are just starting out of your house, you might want to gain a little bit more traction and outreach on social media. And I forgot to mention, all of the insight that you've seen from our profile today, none of that was paid for. So we have never once paid for an ad since I took over the social media about 6 months ago to gain boosts at all. So all 52,000 clients, potential clients that we've seen, they've seen our content for free. That's why it's really important to have this knowledge and utilize this knowledge when it comes to social media so that you don't have to spend that extra money, and that you're still getting the same traction as other clients might be, or competition might be rather, by doing that. So just keeping that all in mind. So when you get ready for your posts, let's remember to keep your performance faces familiar. I try to post myself just as much as I post other people because I want people to book with me. I'm a booking agent for the Amazing Giants. I'm the executive assistant. I want people to trust me. If something is going wrong, there's Savannah's face. She's familiar. I know she's going to help me. And I actually learned that from my boss, Jessica. She's a very familiar face in the community. And when people seen her, smiles lit up. Why? She's been stilt walking for 15 years, and that's what people remember. They remember to smile when she's around. So I learned that from her. Humanizing your performers. In my video earlier, I had them practicing. I had women empowerment going on, and I had a transition put in. So I humanized them to show, hey, we didn't just walk out onto this stage and know how to do this. We haven't been practicing this since we were 3 years old. We practice on Tuesdays and Thursdays, just like everybody else. And we came out and we provided an amazing performance. I just humanized them. I showed everybody, these aren't snooty performers on a pole. These are beautiful artists that are that are working hard to get this stuff done and are happy to provide us performances. And then lastly, which kind of ties into it, the trending. So how many of you guys have seen that trend where it's like, you guys know that trend? Let me know in the comments if you guys have heard about this trend, where it's like, it's speaking in a different language and it does the little dance. Has anybody heard about that? Looks like we're getting a couple of yeses, nos. So I was contemplating playing a video for you guys today to show you that, but I decided against it because I didn't want to be disrespectful to anybody that might speak that language. But for those of you that don't know, that is the Russian language in that song. And in that song, they are talking about very inappropriate, pretty vulgar things. And as Americans, English speakers, we didn't know that, right? Can you guys still see me? Okay, I don't know where my video went. There we go. Well, I don't need to see myself. But anyways, so make sure when you're posting to give it a couple days. Maybe it's trending, maybe you have all the tools to do it right now. Take that video, save it, give it a couple days, or reach out to a friend and say, what do you think about this? I'm so glad that our performance group had people that could understand that this trend going on was really inappropriate, because I would say 90% of the events that we do are family-based events, and had the wrong person seen that, I don't know. Would they think it's a joke? I don't know. So just making sure that when you are posting whatever is trending, to keep it pretty family friendly, and give it a couple days, see how the post takes off. You never know how some new things are going to hit the general public. So don't be the first to put your foot in the pool. Give it a little time. So what else do we have? Let me see. Yeah, I think I wrote down a little bit more about humanizing performers, but I think I'll actually grab a seat and answer any questions you guys might have for me. I don't know how long I was talking for either.
This is great. This is great. We have still just over 15 minutes left. So Savannah, thank you so much for this. This is super informative. I want to open this up to questions. So if there's anything you want to ask, feel free to raise your hand or put it in the comments. But does anybody want to be the first to ask a question? Were all your questions answered? The questions.
So Heidi said something about TikTok. So TikTok and Instagram, as I mentioned at the beginning, they are very, very similar. So the reel on Facebook and on Instagram are conceptually the same as TikTok. TikTok, in my opinion, is a little bit easier to navigate because it does limit you with posting a little bit more. But it's also harder to go viral on TikTok, I've noticed, as not, you've got to do something seriously trending, I've noticed on TikTok. I don't even encourage people to pile their money into TikTok because, again, it is about the algorithm. It's kind of whatever they decide to have trending at the time. Where do you hire somebody like me? I don't know if that's a serious inquiry, but I don't know, probably the internet. Probably the internet. And can you talk more about followers rather than content creation, gaining followers than content creation? So in my opinion, those go hand in hand together. If you're not creating content, you're not gaining followers. So kind of just keeping up with content is a way to gain followers. I used to think, and this was not even 9 months ago, I was thinking this. So every day that the algorithm changes, you have to stay on your toes and just kind of keep up with what is going on. A few months ago, they changed the algorithm on Instagram to make it to where your content doesn't blow up right away off of a sound. I believe they changed it to where after it's been posted for a couple days, then it blows up. Another thing to keep in mind is Reels and TikToks. They're typically going to be seen by non-followers. So a lot of your non-followers are the ones that are seeing that kind of content. And that's how our company personally is gaining new clients, is by specializing in making reels. I've noticed when we post a picture or a video, that typically shows up on the feed of our current clients. So we've got on one side, our current clients are seeing our posts and our videos. Our current clients, our current followers are seeing our posts and our videos, as opposed to our non-followers. And I should have pulled that up on the insight. If we do kind of a second seminar over this kind of thing, I would be happy to bring that stuff in and show you guys. But our non-followers are the ones seeing Reels and TikToks, which is why it's extremely important to create content to gain more followers.
So I want to interrupt real quick because
Sure.
Dan, actually you messaged me by accident. So, but I think this question's for you. How exactly do you post a video?
Okay. So posting a video. So did anybody bring their, I should have asked this at the beginning, but did anybody bring their phone or a device with them that's already logged into Instagram? I did want to try to make a reel with everybody today. I spent the past week and a half trying to figure out how to execute that with you guys. So is that something that you guys are interested in doing? I see one phone here. Okay, 2 phones. Okay, let me go to screen record real quick and let me just pull this up for you.
And while you're doing that, 2 quick questions. How do you know it's trending, and how many times a week do you suggest posting?
I post every single day. Every single day I post on Instagram, and then it shares automatically to Facebook. And then I post a story every day from that as well. So actually, I have not done our typical story of the day yet. And I'll show you how I do that once this pulls up here. So again, I mentioned we got 52K viewers in 90 days from posting one post and 2 stories every single day. If you can wake up and post a story, midday post a video or a reel or just a picture, and then at the end of the day before you go to bed, post another story, you're going to be in pretty good shape as far as that goes.
Can I ask another question while you're pulling this up too? How do you consider all the work you're putting into social media, how that equates to sales at the end of the day for you?
So I'm trying to figure that out still. That's something that we talked about a little bit before everybody jumped on the call. Jessica Minshall, my boss, Jessica and I, us three ladies were talking about that. And something that I'd like to learn more about is I found that social media, it's a hook, right? So when people see something they like, we've got them hooked. When they go to our page, we're hooked in just a little bit further. When they decide to go ahead and hit the get a quote button, they're hooked in just a little bit further. So what I personally need to work on is I need to work on the sales aspect that some of you guys might have down. I'd love to learn that part because I can get them in. I can get them to like what they're seeing. But to keep them in sales, I think that would be more of a my Jessica Minshall's question. She does amazing. I have to give her most of the credit for our sales here at the Amazing Giants. But as far as social media goes, you know I got it. Okay, so it should be screen recording. I had it a second ago. And let me see.
Briefly, I don't know if this was shared earlier, but what was the Instagram handle of the account?
Our Instagram is The Amazing Giants. And I'd love to see you guys on there. Thank you. My personal is Savvy Son, SAVVN. Can't talk right now. SAVVYSOHN. That's mine. You guys are welcome to message me directly too if you have any questions. Or you want to give me tips. Like I said, I am intermediate at PR and social media. This is something I've worked with Jessica and her husband's Phil on for the past few months. And collectively as a team, we've been able to create the outreach that we have been able to create. So please send your guys' tips our way too. We'll appreciate that. This is connecting. It's just giving me a hard time because I'm not a very good multitasker. I feel like I kind of just gave you guys all the information. Just here you go.
This is good. I know you just said you're bad at multitasking, but I'm going to try to.
Oh yeah, no, you can
while you work. Feel free to.
You can do that while I'm literally just trying to connect this. It's
Cool.
Still got the little circle dots. So whenever that's done, if you
You
guys see it pop up behind me, let me know.
know, we will. So Heidi did ask that their Performing Arts Center is looking to start TikTok. What's your suggestion for the best approach? They like the idea of behind the scenes, that approach to make arts more accessible. Do you have any tips or tricks for some of our performing arts centers that have a lot going on behind the scenes that might want to starting these reels and TikToks?
So, I mean, I would definitely say, first of all, the behind the scenes, great idea. That's something we're seriously trying to implement. All of our management team is a little camera shy when it comes to conversating like this sometimes. So we are looking for kind of that person that is able to jump on and do this kind of stuff like, hey, what's up guys? Welcome to my channel. This is what we've got going on. That kind of new innovative way. So I would say tip one, find that familiar face, find that person that can help you with the behind the scenes. A social media manager that's also not camera shy would be a really great person. And then kind of just doing everything we talked about today, humanizing your performers with the behind the scenes action, by keeping up with what's trending, posting at least once to twice a day, These are all really good things to just keep you up and moving. And I'm not saying boosting, like paying, isn't going to help you. It's just not something that we've even tried since I started because I wanted more of a challenge. So you might be able to gain this outreach a lot quicker if you have the means to do that.
Cool.
So
In case your video doesn't wind up working, do you want to?
it will work.
Well, okay. I'll say, because you can also just walk folks through and have
Yeah.
step by step. Worst case.
See it trying. I do.
Yay!
Okay. Okay, so can you guys see that there behind me?
Yeah, stand back closer to the screen though, because the light focuses more when you stand closer to it.
Let me see. How's that right there?
It's great.
Good?
Perfect.
Okay. So we are going to make a reel then, okay? So I guess let's make a post. It'll be a lot easier for everybody to make a post because, and this is the reason why remember when we talked about the sound? If the sound isn't, oh, that's pretty. If the sound isn't the same for everybody, so we're all just gonna have a bunch of jumbled stuff going on. So now that I see we've got 20 plus people interested in doing this, I'm definitely gonna touch base with Jess and I will make specifically, if it's okay with her, a seminar that we can go over on how to make a reel post. Just because, like I said, over the past week and a half, I've been trying to figure out how to execute that with you guys. It's a little bit more difficult. So you're gonna click on the little plus sign up at the top. It's gonna pop up post, story, reel, or live. Now, sometimes on older devices, it will pop up down here. You're just gonna hit that plus sign that's in the middle down at the bottom if that's the case. And then it's gonna pop up something like this. Okay. Is everybody on that same page there? And I'm gonna post this. And I'm gonna post this because it's about our Tuesday talk. It's currently relevant. It's what's going on. And it was hosted by me. I'll probably delete this later because I've got a specific posting plan, but just for the example case, I'm gonna post something relevant, okay? So does everybody have something to post? Did I lose you guys? So it says my phone just shows my photos. Let's go back down here. It doesn't show you this one up at the top. Do we have? Let's see, can you guys hear me? Good? Okay. So who's seeing, it says that it's just showing their photos on their phone. Whose case is that? Okay. Peg, so can I see your screen really quick? Is that something that can kind of pop up? Perfect. So that's exactly how it should look. Up at the top, you should be able to select which photo you would like to choose. Now, does it show you this up in the corner, Peg, where you can click on that and change it to video? Or whichever thing you prefer to change it to. Actually, I think I'm gonna post this Hello Kitty. It's way cuter. Okay, perfect. So now we're all on the same page there. And this can be changed out. You can change it to anything you want. Anything will pop up there. If you pre-edited your video on Canvas or something, great. All you have to do, boom, upload it, hit next. So filters. The only time I use these filters is on a edited photo this is actually kind of a good one where I would want to brighten it up. So I would just use the one next to it to kind of brighten it up, but I'm going to double click it, and then I'm going to bring that contrast down a little bit just so you can kind of see the head, but it's not like that. It's more pure. Okay. Then I'm going to tag people in it. So let's just say, for example, that I'm in this Hello Kitty costume. I'm definitely not. I'm way too short for that, but we're going to pretend. So I'm going to tag myself, right? So I'm tag myself. Who else might I tag in this? Oh, we did this event at, let's just say Brewdog was having a kids event. So we did this event with Brewdog. So I'm going to tag them, making sure it was the New Albany location. I'm also going to tag our entertainment company, Tag Us Entertainment. It's something that was created a couple of years ago by my boss, and we're just getting into the swing of that. So hopefully I'll have more information for you guys on that coming up. But I'm going to tag them just in case. Who else might I tag in this? Maybe even Hello Kitty. Why not? You never, these are the small things that you don't expect for when you're going viral, right? You're like, oh, this is funny. Hello Kitty's in here, so I'm gonna tag Hello Kitty. And then Hello Kitty thinks, oh, I've never seen one of our people on stilts before. Let's promote this. So how might they do that? They reach out to us, they say they want to promote it. Well, maybe I'll add a partnership label. Okay. So I decided, all right, I'm going to add my partnership label. Hello Kitty has decided to hire us for their next event because they've seen our post. So I'm gonna click on Add Brand Partners, and then I'm gonna find that same profile, Hello Kitty. Now, if it is a personal profile, it won't pop up. But if it is checkmarked, okay, this is the real Hello Kitty, I can add them. I'm not going to because they will see the request once you send it. If you hit add, it's going to put sent. And I believe that's sent request. So I'm not going to add them at the time. But if I wanted to use somebody we've used in the past, okay, well, this is one of our really good contractors. So I'm going to add her to this, which I add our contractors to typically every post because I want them to work with us in the future. And I want to give them the proper credibility so that we have that inclusion within the community. And they can't turn around and say, oh, well, I did all this work in fire spinning and now they're trying to post it on their page, but not on my page. Sometimes there's social media contracts regarding that. I just don't get too messy with it. Until somebody gives us a reason, we don't need to not tag them in the posts, right? Unless they're stealing a client under our nose blatantly, something like that, we're gonna go ahead and give them that partnership, okay? I've never used the add reminders. That's something that you can kind of play around with again on those vacation weeks or whatever you guys want to do. You can add a fundraiser, again, something I really don't mess with. You can boost the post. That does cost money. It's not something I personally mess with. And then location. So like I said, this event supposedly was at Brewdog in New Albany. So where should I tag? Should I tag Brewdog USA so that the whole country sees it? Should I tag New Albany since it was in New Albany? Should I tag Columbus since we're based out of Columbus? I always try to mix it up. Most of the time for our practices and our humanizing posts, which are trends, practices, silly things our performers do that I just couldn't help but post about. I typically post those in Columbus, Ohio. That's where we're based out of. But Anywhere else, I try to give the client the opportunity to post it at their business so that we can gain that paid partnership and they remember us for next year. So when I go into my archive next year, this time I see, okay, New Albany, we were working with them. Maybe they'll see it, reach back out to us. So it's kind of a reminder for the clients, reminder for us, and just keeping it going from there. If we didn't have that prior to COVID, imagine how many clients wouldn't be booking us again because they didn't think about it, because they didn't have anything on their memories posted, right? So just small little things like that really make a difference. And then choosing where you want to share it to. I have multiple profiles. So sometimes if I'm doing an event as a performer with the Amazing Giants, I will tag it to both. Sometimes if I'm promoting the performer, I will tag it to both of them. And then sometimes I will tag them here. Typically, we just share everything to Facebook automatically. So you can also go into advanced settings down at the bottom. It's going to talk about whether you want commenting, no commenting, things like that. The only time that I personally think this would be neat if it's for a controversial movement. Say you guys were posting something about BLM and you didn't want any hate comments on that, but you still support some group like this. You can go ahead and turn off the commenting. So you're saying, you know what, we stand by what we stand by and we don't need any comments on the side. So I really like this feature. We've not had to use it. My boss is pretty unconfrontational when it comes to that kind of stuff. So I would say just at your leisure, whatever you guys like. Yeah, and then that is basically it. You can go ahead and hit share. The reason why it's doing this now is because you see, I still have branded labels marked, so it means we're partnered with somebody. I just didn't mention who, right? Because I took our contractor off, and then I never added Hello Kitty for the sake of this being an example. But you can share this and you can let them know we did have a paid partnership. It was a closed paid partnership, so our client would prefer not to say who they are. So you can always make it paid. You can make it not paid. If it's a fundraiser, I would suggest not making it paid. If it is a private, no solicitation event, paid, don't mention them. It just lets people know that money is being spent on that. So it asked me twice. I clicked out, so it went ahead and posted it. Now, something you'll notice I did here, and this is something to keep in mind. Because I did this, the rest of my content has shifted because how I choose to lay out my performance, right? Or my page. So everything is shifted because I posted that one thing. Well, that can be pretty annoying. So really keeping track of how you post is important. So on my reel, instead of not sharing it to my feed, I'm going to right click onto this, and I'm just going to simply remove it from my profile grid. It's not gone. It's just not on this main page anymore. It is now only featured under my reels. So I now can have my page back to normal. I can have my Hello Kitty post on there. People can write, comment, I can boost it, I can share it. But if they still wanted to see this video, they just simply go over one. Okay.
Awesome. Sam, this has been so great. I'm sure there still will be questions, but of course, this video will be uploaded to our website and our YouTube channel tomorrow. I've shared Sav's links in the chat to connect with her personally and the Amazing Giants page. So please connect with her and check out the Amazing Giants, book the Amazing Giants. But it's been a real pleasure having you. This has been so insightful and wonderful. If you guys are interested in hearing more stuff like this, just, send me an email and let us know. And hopefully we can continue to put on super informative Tuesday talks like these. Sav, do you have any last words before we end it for the day?
Yeah, definitely. Well, hopefully this wasn't too much information for everybody. Hopefully I did a pretty okay job at explaining it. It can be a little bit harder when you're more of a hands-on, so I'm a hands-on learner. So it was a challenge for me to kind of break it down the way that I did today. However, I do want to mention this is something that I do for myself. I do this full-time for the Amazing Giants, and then I also work with companies on the side to help with their social media management and lay out a game plan. So if anybody's interested in working with me on the side as far as putting together a game plan for their social media and PR, please do reach out. My email was in there, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the future. And let us know if you want to do another seminar just off making a reel. I can do that. It's just going to take a little bit more time to execute putting that together. We'll also have from you guys, we'll need to make sure everybody that is participating has a phone. Nobody's left out from that specific one. If it would be better, for our Tuesday talk a couple weeks from now. So please let us know. I would love to further educate myself by researching this stuff. So
that's perfect. Okay, this has been great. Sav, do you want to put your email really quick in the
sure,
chat?
yeah, I'll go ahead and add it again.
Oh, did you already have it up there above? In case I was missed it, including myself.
So it's Savannah at theamazinggiants.com.
Perfect. Okay, this has been great. I feel like we're definitely going to have another session all on Reels. So I'm sure we'll be seeing your face again. Again, thank you everybody for tuning in this week. Sav, thank you so much. Jessica, thank you so much. Bye everybody.
Bye.